Hello crafters, good evening and welcome to Try It Out Tuesday, and not just any Try It Out Tuesday, no. We're doing a Try It Out Tuesday mini launch. Now I have to be honest, me and Sam are absolutely loving doing these. Just Try It Out Tuesday where we launch some new stamps. We find it's great because we can show them to our diehard Try It Out Tuesdays first, and it's very, very exciting. So these stamps today, as you'll be able to tell, if you're familiar with our stuff, is a real mix of me and Sam, because Sam has provided us with a beautiful new set of mixed messages, and I have drawn some doodle arts. So I'm going to wait for a few people to jump in and then we'll get cracking. I won't lie, I'm not as prepared as I should be. It's just been one of those days. I'm just grateful me gob's gone to normal size because I was at the dentist earlier. When I say normal size, I know I mean massive. Thank you for the people in the back. You know, just saying, I urge you. So hello to Alison. How are you feeling, my darling? Are you feeling better? I do hope so. And then Samantha, just so you know, her mother's just sent her us a message which has absolutely zero context for me, so I'm really confused. Anyway, hello Francis, hello Barbara. Okay. Oh, hello, I'm talking to myself, like in a way that's not normal. Right. Hello to anyone else that I can't see. As per usual, I don't think Facebook shows us everybody that's here. Right. So, I'm going to do a right and a sew pretty early on. Right, so. Okay. Lovely, lovely. Here we are. So you can see, I'm going to move them to the side a little bit. You can see we have the two new sets here today. So whether it's something, you know, if you're looking for a nice new image to have as your focal point of your stamps, or you are looking for some new sentiments, we have got you covered here. Okay, so on the mixed messages number 4, we'll do those first. Okay, you have 10 different stamps on here. I have counted them myself. Okay, and you have don't look back, you're not going that way. You have happy, lucky, courage. So just really nice big focal words as well. You have let them stare but make it worth it. Cute, you've got the big question mark. On this one, this is a really scrolly one, and it says, if nothing changes, nothing changes. True facts right about there, I tell you. And then you've got these 3 dots here, which I think are going to be fantastic for building up, adding feature bits, and what have you. All right. Very good, very good. Okay, and then what I like about these is it's got some more of that black ticker tape that I love so much. It's a font Sam's been using. As you can see, you know, the happy is quite big. That's quite a big one. It's a big one. All right. And if you have been keeping up with any of the creative team samples that they have been putting out today, they'll all be in the Bee Crafty Stamps group. You'll see they have used these in a variety of fantabulous ways. Indeed. On some tags and loveliness. Absolute loveliness. Okay. And then on here, we have the Doodle Art Rainbow Birds. All right. I am sorry, there's a bit of a delay to what's... That's all right. I'm just going to... I will try and keep up. Okay. So on here, you have... Now, I counted these earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's actually 9 stamps, okay? Because your tweet and your hop are actually 2 separate stamps. All right. So you've got the 2 birds here. Now this one, from the tip of the tail across here, is about 6 centimetres. So it is quite a good one. Oh, did that just go black, or was it just my one? Hi, Martin. Why does it keep doing that? I have no idea why. I'll just keep going on regardless. Okay. So this is a really nice size. And then you've got a sun, a moon, a rainbow, another bird. And then you've also got some sentiments here as well. You've got free as a bird. Joy is when a tiny bird gets to sing a big song. And tweet, tweet, and hop, hop. Now, I think these all go really nicely as well with the sketchy birds that we launched earlier in the year. A lot of these sentiments. So you'll be able to mix and match those really nicely. Now, what I wanted to do when I coloured in the backing for these ones is keep them really sort of bright and colourful, like not so they look like any bird, basically. I wanted them just to be really sort of smoosh. Smoosh, smoosh. Okay, so as you can imagine, as I've actually finally had a chance to play with them, because like I say, as much as I would love my job to be actually playing with this stuff I draw, it's not. Okay, I have been playing with the birds and doing some sort of smooshing with them, alright, and I have done some more. Now, these ones here are coloured with Distress Ink smooshing using my Super Skinny Slims, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. Alright, and then these ones here I've started to watercolour, but not using Eco-Line. Oh no, in fact these were Eco-Line smooshing, sorry. But not using Eco-Lines or anything like that. It's actually watercolouring using my Moonlight pens. Okay, because they're really, really cool for that. You can watercolour them with really nicely. So I wanted to get the sort of colours in here that were on the backing card. Okay, so you look, this is what I would call my most successful one. Okay, I am holding it up for a little while because, like I say, there is quite a delay and I can't see. No, it's going to take even longer because on my thing I'm just showing you the blue bit. Alright, but this is sort of like the second print and it's really sort of ghosted, but it's still got all the colours. So I'm just going to I'm thinking of something to go with that, something a bit more genteel, maybe using an Inkables mandala with getting sort of like a more pastel-y feel about it, which I'm quite excited about. Because, you know, there you are. Right, so, oh, I've got to stop saying that. I'm really doing it tonight. I think it's because I am actually tripping over my teeth a little bit, but there we go. Right, I'm going to stamp some of the birds up. I'm going to stamp some of the sentiments up. I still haven't got a replacement Versafine Claire, so I'm not going to stamp it all up because I don't think it, you know, I know that's what I usually like to do, and I promise I will do it at some point when I've got my new Versafine Claires in, but I just don't think it's necessarily going to show it to the best. And there's no point doing that, is there? We need a stamp that says so. Yeah, we need a right so. That's actually a good idea, Noelle. It actually really is. So let's take, I'm going to take this bird here. Although this is the one obviously I've been playing with a lot, I do honestly feel, you know, if I'm going to show you that technique, it's probably the best one to show you with. Okay? So let me take that to the side. So I've zoomed in quite a long way, haven't I? I'm just going to put those messages to here. Just for a second, get my Super Skinny Slim that I put over here. So this is the original Super Skinny Slim. It's the one that is 185 by 84, I think. No, it's definitely 84. And it's the original Super Skinny Slim, and it's probably the one I use a lot. You know, because, you know, if I haven't lost it. But it's also the one we're going to be using as a palette. Alright, so it's a really, really useful one. So and Write are going on mixed messages. Yeah, they've got to really. Hey, does that mean I get some of the design credit for that one? If you look, so this one says Beverly Tonks on the back. And this one says Sam Green on the back. Does that mean I get a Sam Green and Beverly Tonks if I've helped? I don't think that's going to go down. I can't see that flying at all. Alright, so we're going to ink this up. If you have a newer black ink pad, you're not going to have to give it as much welly as me. I'm going to stamp onto there so you can see he's got all those lovely little dots on his tummy ready to go. Alright. And then I'll stamp another one because we need the secondary. Get that sort of pastel-y look going. Alright. And then from here, just so you can see a few of them, we will stamp up the other guy. I think he'll fit. He'll fit if I put him that way. Alright. I have to say, I really was just joking about the sentiment thing. Sam and I do actually collaborate on most of our stamp sets anyway. Because you need someone to bounce ideas off. For example, you know, when I'm doing things like the Doodle and there's a gap, I'll try a few things in the gap before Sam will say, yeah, that'll do. Trust me, she says no to certain things. What's his name? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't thought of it. You may name him, people of the comments section. There we go. Now, regarding this little rainbow here. Okay, this beautiful little rainbow. If you look at the backing card, you will notice that there are enough lines to do all the colours of the rainbow. Okay, you've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet on the backing card. Right, now this is where I could fabricate reality and tell you that was totally intentional. It wasn't. It was only when I was colouring it in for the backing cards I realised I had actually done it properly. You know, see? I could have withheld that, but I'm not gonna. Giving the truth scope. Exactly. I think fabricating reality was, you know, a pretty good way of putting it. Right. So we're going to take our Super Skinny Slim. I'm just going to give it a little clean off of some of that black ink on here. I was going to say, Sam is putting links and things on for you, but if it is just the new stamps you're interested in tonight, I have, before the live, I have put links on to both of those as well, so you can go straight to them. Alright, so we're going to use this as a bit of a palette. So I need my pink Eco line, which I've been using, which is the magenta. And then I've been using the green. I haven't been using that one because that's too. No, I have. I didn't use the green. I used those three. That's what I did. So I sort of went for a primary-esque look. With those colours there. And then when they blend, that's where you get your greens and things from. So I didn't use greens. So if you have limited colours in any water-based marker or in your Dilutions ink sprays, you could dot them on. Or in mini distress ink, things like that, you could dot them on. So, you know, there is a way of doing it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this in a couple of places. There. I'll put that on there so you can actually see. Okay, just a few spots on my Super Skinny Slim. Then I'm going to get my mini mister because I only want it to be a light mist. Okay, but you can do this two ways actually. You can mist here or you can mist on there. You'll get a slightly different result for each. actually going to add another one of them, but from far away. Okay. I'm actually going to miss on there as well. And then we're going to smoosh directly on. And we're going to lift off. And then we're going to spritz on this one. I'm actually going to turn that around. And then we're going to smoosh directly on again. And that's where you get the lighter pastelier. That is not a word. Your workspace is very clean, Bevlar. Yes, that's because you can see a full 12 inches square of it. Haha. The zoom in is by design, definitely. Okay. But if you're thinking, well, I wanted a bit more there, but I still want to keep this watercolory look. Obviously, you can do this before you stamp as well. So that way you can sort of direct where you're going. But, you know. Sounds awfully predictable. And then put some pink around. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do this on this guy here. Sorry, that is my dog trying to get under my chair. There is not room. Okay. And then from there, okay, I will just dry it. Now, as per usual, I'm not using specific watercolour cardstock. If you wanted to ensure really good results, I would actually recommend the Distress cardstock. It's really, really good and it's sort of fail safe. But I'm still on the craft room tidy up, and I can still keep finding bulk cards everywhere, and I've got to use them up. Okay. Now, do this just to flatten it down a section. What is your dog? My dog is Lucy, and Lucy is a very unique being. That's all I'm going to say. Lucy, are you a unique being? Yes. She looks like a dinosaur. I'm very tempted to put you on the desk, but I think you'll make a mess. And she is a bit big for that. Okay, so we did want to add in, so for example, say you're reasonably happy with it, you know, you actually quite like how it looks, but you want to add in a bit more, say, I wanted a bit more yellow around that edge. You can do that two ways. If you've got a good cardstock that you know for a fact would take it, you could put your eco line straight on and then bleed it out. Okay, or again, you can put your eco lines onto your blending mat or onto your Super Skinny Slim, but as that's what I've already been painting with. Okay, and then we'll just, I put too much on there. Just going to water that out a little. Okay, but doing this way means you can also flick if you want a more spattery effect on something that's still quite white. If you want paler colours to show up in a flick on top of other ones, then you are best using Distress Oxide for that. Okay, but for example, if you want the pink to show up on this one, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so I will put a picture of Lucy in the Bee Crafty Stamps group later, so you can see what she looks like. I wouldn't take a picture of her where she is now anyway, because she's sitting on my craft room floor, and that would give away what a mess it is in here. Okay. So, as you can see, the difference between, for example, this one and this one, okay, is I've gone in and coloured the feet using my orange, and then I've gone over that with a Stardust jelly roll, which is in the Moonlight Fluorescence pack, I believe. If not, you could go over with any sort of glittery type pen and whatever. And then I've also used my white Posca to go in and redo the white dots on the eye. I'm so sorry that's a bit high up. Like I said, the delay is so far behind. I can't see it at all. I have no idea why it's so crazy. Okay, so with that, I had an idea. Do you remember 2 weeks ago when we launched the new backgrounds? Well, I had an idea that one of the birds I was playing with today, this one, is going to sit on that white embossed background. Remember we were doing some resist stamping? Okay. I think that bird there, from the new set, goes absolutely beautifully on top of the So Square background that we launched a couple of weeks ago. It's almost like it was meant to be. I know. And I would love to tell you I planned that far in advance, but I think we all know that's not quite true, is it? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these white cards that I have and we're going to fold this in half. Okay. So what size is that based on? It's about the same size. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer. She says, looking around her with reckless abandon. Where is my paper trimmer? Alright, and we're going to cut these down. Thank you to everybody. We've had some really excellent feedback on the So Squares, So Square and So Circles. Okay. Lynn, did you plan the matching colours? No. Lynn, honestly, sometimes it's like you don't even know me. Honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 centimetre off every side of this. Okay, and I'm going to keep those little strips because I think they'll be really useful for tags and whatnot. This is probably going to be a bit too much, a centimetre. I probably should have gone for half of one, but that's okay. I have committed. Well, that's going to look rather fabulous, isn't it? Right, so we're going to get some 3D foam, because I reckon that's going to need a little bit of dimension. Okay. I have to say, if you're looking for inspiration for these, the creative team, I tell you what, some of the things they've created are so awesome. I would particularly say look out for, and I love it when the creative team do this, they have taken the little rainbow here, so they've taken one of the smaller stamps on the set and made some absolutely stunning samples using the Happy from the Mixed Messages 4. And what I like about the Happy as well, or the Hey Sunshine and stuff like that, is they can really go on any card or project. So if you are batch making or making to sell, say you're doing summer fairs, or you're selling online or anything like that, you can, I think, use them, and they're pretty good for most occasions. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take this background here. I don't really think it matters which way it goes, but I'm going to leave this sort of yellowy one in this top right corner because I think it's going to give it a really nice sort of leading edge. Okay. And then, to be fair, when I saw this just sitting in the corner, it's because I did finish another one of the cards using the sketchy birds. Remember we were doing the spotlight technique? So what I did was I thought, right, I'll finish that off with a sketchy bird in the hope. And when I saw this in the corner, I was like, that's going to go really well with that bird. And it's almost, they're the same but different. And I thought that's really, really cool. So It wasn't a completely unique idea in my craft room because I have this sat next to me in my finished card box. But I still think it really sort of works. Marvellous. Right, okay. I will say, Sam, I also think it looks a clip because I've got a new sheet of paper underneath. Because I don't have a nice spangly Bee Crafty polymer stamps board yet. Hashtag just saying. Right. I see this bird going down here. So I'm actually going to commit. And put it on straight away. Okay, so like I say, Sam is putting links on for you, but if you don't want to leave the live and you don't want to scroll through and look for them later, they are on the post just below this live. Okay, so you've got the bird on there. Okay, you have 13. Alright, and then we're going to go for one of these fantastic new mixed messages. I was going to go for happy, but I'm thinking that might be quite big. But is that a bad thing? Can you have too much happy? I don't think you can you? Lynn, didn't think I needed the bird. Seems I do. Lynn, would I honestly do stamps that you didn't need? Really? As I say when my sister's being slightly ridiculous, is this your first day? You know. Is it though? What did I do with another bit of card? Who saw it? There it is. So we're gonna be happy. All right. What does the black rectangle sentiment say? It says, "Let them stare, but make it worth it." You know, people are gonna give you the eyeball. People are eyeballing you. Let them, but give them something good to watch, sort of thing. Yeah. Marvellous. It keeps throwing you out, Anne. How rude. Facebook is being, I tell you what. Well, like I said, I kept putting my screen black earlier. I was like, is that me? I have no idea. I think it's safe pretty much always to say it's not us, is it? I will promise, we were asked today, I will say, we were emailed today and say, I'm so chuffed you're doing new stamps tonight, you know, after only a couple of weeks of the background. Will you be doing any of the big all-day launches? Yes, we absolutely will. We'll be doing some more of those, but you know, it's just been a very busy time, and this is just working for us this way right now. Okay. Happy. Like I say, I mean, that's a big one, isn't it? That is a big one. For those that want to know, happy is about 8.5 centimetres, which is, shall we say, decent. But I like it. does keep buffering. You were having a go big or go home moment, Sammy. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. I actually like it. I think it really works with the real intricacy of that background stamp with the lots of little lines, and then the more relaxed lines and smushy colours in of the bird with that. But I think it really sort of, it just works. I love it when there's all sorts of things that you know, if you wrote it down on paper, right, I'm going to do a massive sentiment with a really busy stamp background, and then, but with a doodle style bird, you'd be like, no, you're not going to do that because that's silly. But it's not silly. It's mega. Well, it probably is silly, but it's still mega. And it's happy. Okay, so and this is the thing. So I see these two cards as similar, all right? Because these are interchangeable in so many ways. Because you could swap these birds over. You could swap these sentiments over, and each card still works, okay? Yes, I will say I think there's going to be a lot of bird spam from the creative team. They have really sort of taken these stamps and run with them very quickly. And what I like about it is you'll notice if you go and have a look at the creative team samples, they're really mixing it up with other Bee Crafty products. So if you've got Dinkables, if you've got Inkables big ones, they're all coming into play. So in fairness, I'd start putting in requests. You know, I've got this Inkable, show me it working with the birds. Because I reckon they'll be onto that. I really do. Okay? So, and this is the whole point. So you can mix and match. Because on this card here, because like I said, I actually haven't put this one online anywhere yet. I've actually cut round the Sew Circles background stamp. And I've layered it up on a white layer. So I've added dimension, but I've kept it really clean, which I know is not my forte. So I think that's why I keep bringing it out. Look at the clean stamping I did. And what have you. So it's really having a mix with that. Okay, what's the time? Oh, it's only past. Shall we have a go at making something else as well? I've literally just seen a pack of square cards. I can't remember last time I made a square card. Shall I make a square card? Whee! Okay. So let's remove these over here. I will say, I know it's a bit early, but you know, they're all going on about Christmas. I haven't prepped anything Christmas yet. I need to sort of get in the zone. Christmas for me happens when the kids go back to school. I can't start doing it now. It's just too early. But for the festive season and things like that, or for birthdays especially, any of the cards you see me or Sam make online, there's a chance you'll get your birthday voucher in them if you've asked people for Bee Crafty vouchers, because that's where they go. Alright. So, I'm going to need to cut another layer on that. So let me get another one of those cards. This is how I end up with too many envelopes. I need to start making envelope books. Alrighty. So that will sit on there. Stunning. Okay. I'm going to take this Super Skinny Slim here. So this is your border Super Skinny Slim. We're not going to use it as a border Super Skinny Slim right now. We're going to use it as a line-up, I think. And we're going to get the rainbow birds back. We're going to get the rainbow and the sun and the moon. Get those off here. Do I have a pencil? Very unlikely. Very unlikely. That's alright, what we'll do. We'll get this green here. Divide that into 3. Oh no, that didn't work, it's far too uneven. That'll drive me mad. So okay, we're going to do something different. I'm going to take my rainbow and with our picked raspberry, Distress Oxide, we're going to stamp this in random places. All over our square. Then we're going to swap colour. We're going to go for the Mermaid Lagoon. I'm going to go for the moon this time. Alright. And then for the sun, I'm not going to go for the mustard seed, I'm going to go for the fossilised amber. Okay? Because I didn't want to go orange, I wanted something that wasn't yellow. I'm going to fill in all those gaps, I think. For a very nice alright. Now, so when you can see, when it goes on the background for that card, sometimes I think it's easy to see if I've got black. Alright. I love blended edges, but I honestly think if you're taking that busy background on there, I think it looks really nice with that clean edge. Alright. We're going to put, again, we'll put that. I can't believe they're giving me such clean and simple vibes, to be honest. Because like I said, I mean, it's not my wheelhouse at all, is it? But here we are, living the dream. See, I was going to do it in rows, but that is actually a measuring job, isn't it? So we'll try that another day. Or when I'm not live. Can you believe it's August already? Crikey. Not very happy. It means my girls have already been off a week. And I'm only just getting 6 weeks for Katie this year. Abby's already bored of me and been going to work. Right. So. I'm going to put that on there. Stunning, by the way. Very, very happy with that. Okay. And then we're going to go over to this one. Or do we think that's a bit too inky for that? Does it need to be the pastel-y one? And you can't say the pastel-y one because it seems to have done a bunk. But realistically, how far can it have got? Well, further than I'm aware of, because it's not here. Yeah, see, I think the pastel-y one too, Alison, but now I can't find the pastel-y one. I think that one's too green. That one might be okay, though. Tell you what, we'll get my poster pen. Let's finish this guy off because he's got a little bit more white space on. Okay, and a few white dots on. And then I'll use, I've got my Starlight glittery pen, and we'll use that for his feet. These would also, I think, do really well with paper piecing. Okay, or jelly printing. If you have been jelly printing, okay, and you know, you want to refill your cutouts and all this sort of thing, the birds are brilliant for that. Okay, so as with all doodle art, there are 3 lines that make up the outer edge. Well, all the edges, to be honest, there's 3 lines. So what that means is, when you're cutting out, if you accidentally go to the wrong line, or you're stamping and you miss a line, it's absolutely fine. The pastel one will turn up when you've stuck down a replacement. Absolutely it will. I'm actually counting on it. You know, when you're just having another look around. You know, you can easily draw those in, or you know, you can just switch to another one when you're cutting out, so it's really but with all doodle art, they tend to be quite easy to cut out because they have that defined edge. I'm hoping to get the chance over the next week to make a real scene, and not in a I'm going to make a scene, but using the rainbows and things like that. Just having the time, isn't it? Okay, so this one is going to sit. I'm not a scene causer. I'm actually amazingly anti-conflict. I can't do confrontation very well. All I'm saying is Samantha has a gift. I can't do it. I can't do confrontation at all. I will literally, like, I am a sit in a restaurant and eat a meal I absolutely hate. So that I don't, I mean that's not even anti-confrontational, that's just being a doormat really. But you know, but yeah, that's me. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to double non-stick foam. Because I want it to sit quite proud of the card. So that's quite proud of there. And then with the Mixed Messages 4, I'm going to go with Hey Sunshine. Which I was hoping would fit on one of the paper strips that I have cut off. And it might just about go on there. It's going to be tight, but it might work. Okay. My chair is especially squeaky this evening. Especially. Okay. And again, I am going to stamp this in black because the bird is stamped in black. It just all ties in. I will say, we're sat on the desk, the colour difference between the background and the bird is coming off quite strong. If I lift it up there, you can see it actually does tie in really, really nicely. Alright, so let me stamp this up. Creak, creak. And that is going to be stuck on, is it going to be stuck on flat? It's going to be stuck on flat. No, it's not. It's going to have some 3D foam. No. Already. No. Okay. See, so my nice new clean sheet lasted long, didn't it? But that's why I have it. Okay. So those are our two cards from this evening. I know they've both used the same bird, and I'm sorry about that. But that's what I had prepped and cut out. What I love about these is it shows you how they work well with the new backgrounds that were released a couple of weeks ago. I think these are going to work stunningly in your journals with, for example, the catalyst papers and things like that. So I'm hoping to have a play with that in the next little while. But I am actually really enjoying my card making at the minute, as is probably apparent, because that's what I'm doing a lot of on my lives. But you know me, I flip from one thing to the other. Once it's on my desk, it stays there for a while. Alright then, guys, like I say, Sam has put all the links for things that I've used tonight on the chat on Facebook here. If you are just looking for the new stamps and you don't want to scroll back, there is a post underneath this one, just before this one, with links directly to them if you don't want to go looking. But do keep your eye out, because the creative team are absolutely enamoured with these, and they're also showing you some really beautiful ways of using them, like I say, with a lot of other Bee Crafty stash, which means they will fit in with what you've already got. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you really like the new stamps. We do work really hard on them. But as always, if there is anything in particular you would like to see from us or anything like that, all you have to do is get in touch and we will do everything we can to make that happen. Alright then, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.